Okay, I think that's all my setup done. So, welcome, people. Greetings, mortals of this realm, if anyone is here. Let's begin. This is mostly just a chatting stream, so while I do random junk. So I'll go ahead and get started and wait for people to chat then. Let me actually pull it up here while I'm not doing anything. Hold on. There. Okay. And then currently Twitch chat is not displayed, but it is. I can still see it, so if anyone's watching on Twitch, I can see your chats. If you chat. Or I should be able to, at least. Oh, that coffee's hot. Okay. Alrighty. I'm gonna be doing something that I might not would normally want to share the video of right now, so I'm making a mod pack for the council. Mute for that. Might as well also say this. Alright. You know what? Let me actually do something I can show off. What is this? I guess that's a shortcut to something that was deleted. Yes, here. And then here. Okay, I think I need to completely revise the idea for this. Or play around with it. Let's do the playing around with it. See what I was already doing. Oh, and that went over there. Let's see. Okay. So first things first, I'm just going to make sure that I know what was going on, because it's been a while since I've worked on this mod pack. Confirm. Okay. Fine. Okay. Right. Right. I think some of the things are remnants from earlier ideas in this mod pack. Oh, goodness. Okay, I think the vision was also all over the place, even for the original idea. Now, let me see how this works. I don't think I ever tested it out fully. Oh. It's that type of grappling hook. Wait, no, it's both? It's all the types of grappling hook. Okay. That sounds so weird out of context. So you can't just latch onto the void. I wonder. Okay. I don't even know why that's the thing. Okay, and then... Did I include ice and fire in this one? Yes, I did. Of course I did. Okay, hold on. So let's put something on a paper. Google Docs. All right. All right. I'm just gonna get my thoughts put down so that I know what to guide with when I'm doing this mod pack development. What? Oh, okay. Apologies, that was coffee. Let me clear that notification. Okay. Okay, so I've got to think though. How do I want to do this? Alright, back to typing this. Oh no, wait, I had a thing that I could have just put that in. Move to trash. Let's go here. and then make this back into... Y'all are probably gonna hear a lot of typing in this section. TBH. Oof. Let me move this out of the way so I can see a little better. Okay, I think I've got the guiding rules down. Now I just need to type them out. So that was discussion with other counselors over Discord messages. Why is it being like this? Ah, because it was confused. No, that wasn't because it was confused. Format. No. Oh, yes, it's... Oh, that's because of that. Okay. Alright, so that's done. Now, let's make a list of features I want. But also... Let me pop that up there. Okay. Then let's make another row. Unbuild. Okay. Hello Regis, spamming E in the YouTube chat. That's a lot of E's. So far, I'm making different ages of progression for a theoretical way of doing this. E times 8, yes. This mod pack that I'm working on, to be specific, first age slows you down to about stone. And then eventually after you get like steel forging or iron forging or whatever, you can start making a civilization. But even then, like gold and diamonds will be relegated to trade. Hopefully. I'm going to see if I can make that happen. I'm just right now writing down the theory. Like, early on, the goal is going to be to make a... In Civilization, it's going to be to make a, one that can last, rather than working on getting far in the civilization. At least that's the story I'm going to try to write for it. So, like, walls and, like, palisade walls and guard towers and whatnot will be what you expect there. The next stage would be, like, stone walls or whatever. Basically, the idea I want to put is that your civilization is a step behind you almost always. But it at least will exist by the second step. We'll see how that ends up being implemented, though. How do I continue this description? Okay. So, for those listening, I got a question. The more context you have, the better. Right now, I'm considering how dangerous does the world need to be? Because I'm kind of thinking other dimensions, like the Nether, for example, should be absolutely stinking terrifying. But how bad should the overworld be? That could cause some of this to be recontextualized, but it's something that probably should be addressed. No creeper spiders is your only restriction? Okay, okay. So what if I trade spiders for dragons? Everything else is allowed. Okay, I'm gonna take a step away from this thing and actually make the mod pack. So let's rename this to mod list. Let me create a format for this. Kill all of those columns. Make those that. Oh, not 200. Or not 220, just 20. And then that, and that. 20. Alright. Delete rows. Alright. Okay. Format as table. All right. Okay, then make that 150, that, there. Freeze there. Alright, now we are going to browse around CurseForge and Modrinth just to make sure that civilization mods haven't gotten better since I last looked. Mods. Terraformacraft got something. What? Huh. Weird. Don't think I'll be including it in this, but what was that sound? That was probably either my stomach or a vehicle passing by the house really fast. Because both those sounds just happened. Whichever it sounds more like to you. You know what, since you're listening, Regis, which one do you think you'd have a funner time playing? Council Civilization or some sort of Cobblemon pack? Not saying that I'm not going to make Council Civilization, but... Okay, it doesn't look like the mod... Probably Civ, you're open to Cobblemon too if you're more into that. I'm not just more into it right now, but it's something I plan on doing eventually. But Civ will be good for now. What was I looking? There's something that has been showing up a lot. Terra Firmacraft. What on earth is Terra Firmacraft? Ooh. Oh. See, I've never touched Terra Firmacraft, but it almost sounds like exactly what we need to slow down progression. And it also looks like it comes with cool world gen while it's at it. It's Terra Firmacraft, a mod for Minecraft. Here's what its mod page is. Here, let me just let me pull it up on this here. Browser. Adobe. Why do you have a screen effect? I don't know why it has a screen effect. No, that's not how we want to do it. Sorry, this is going wonky. There, that'll do. You need to get one of those overlays from Nonna? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Hold on, let me put this below the overlay. I put it in games. Oops. Go here. Okay. There, now I can position it better. But, oh, let me just do this. It's not what I meant to do. There. That should make it a little better. So, okay. Let me read it. Survival mode as it should have been. TFC is the total conversion mod that overhauls and reinvents survival mode. It creates a believable, challenging survival experience in a brand new immersive setting. Overhauls world gen. Below is a list of some of the features. Underground reimagined with sparse ore deposits and different types of rock. Fully fledged tech tree from pottery and pit kilns to charcoal production, producing iron with a bloomery, steel making, and more. Seasons, weather, and a realistic climate and calendar model because the player cause the player to need to stockpile food for winter to survive. The world is alive with many different plants, wild fruits, animals, both passive and predators, to find. The player must manage their food's exploration, nutrition, and thirst while using our detailed food and cooking mechanics. Sounds cool, you like seasons? Yeah. So, here's what I'm thinking, alright? We gotta survive a year in Terraformacraft before, or maybe 2 years in Terraformacraft before we're allowed to do Civilization. That could be a cool rule. But then we, like, adopt some village or whatever, or do something else with whatever mod. Yeah. And I don't think we need to worry about restricting ourselves as far as technology goes, since TFC does that for us. Like, in-game years or IRL. In-game. No matter how much we try to manipulate it, I think if we say IRL year, even just one IRL year, that would be a little much. Now, I also think, so part of the point of this is that we do the game together. So I don't think we need the server running unless multiple of us are playing. Because otherwise the seasons will go by too quick. That would be one of the big things, though. So, alright, I found a Reddit post about someone getting Terraformacraft explained to them. Oh. 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 Goodness. You gotta work with, like, food decay here. Stuff like dirt has gravity, so dirt pillars will spill all over the place. Cave-ins might happen if you don't put up support beams when you mine. Oh, goodness. So basically everything about vanilla progression gets hyper-realistic. Um, Now, this was all 6 years ago when the 1.12 version was a work in progress. So let's pull this up. I want to know if... Well, if we do Terraformacraft, we're doing 1.20.1 apparently. Or 1.18. But what I want to know... Is there not a comment section for this? I guess not. I'm going to try and look at the 1.20 files to see if it's... if anything's like... caught up to something. Let's actually just look at the size. 45 versus... if we go to 1.7... Well, I mean, it has more data than the 1.7 version. Okay, so we're probably good to go with 1.20 or 1.18 with that. So, I guess... are we good with our food decaying? I think it could be an interesting thing to work around, but I think we have some fellow counselors that would be... See, I think certain counselors would be a little bit... it would take some problem with some of the challenges. I think it's interesting too, but you and me may be the only ones who think that, Regis. You know what? They can opt not to play. They can just opt not to play. That's how we'll say it. Alright, does food go bad in Stardew? No, it does not. Food does not decay in Stardew. I'm not certain I've played a game where food does go bad. But, in case you were thinking it, I don't think Nonna's the big detractor for that. I think she might just not like it, but Thunder's the one who I think would have a problem. He'd be like, that's dumb, it's too much to manage. Because he's the guy who thinks that you need a hyper simplistic storage system. It'll be fine. Yeah, he can just not play if he doesn't like it. And hey, if it ends up just being me and you making separate civilizations, Regis, we'll be good. Alright, so let's bring Gideon back up. F11. Let's add that to the sheet. Alright. Now let's actually install the mod. So we're building this one for 1.20. Oh, that's not how you do that. There we go. I just had to set up the directory. I know a better way to do this. Hold on. There. Make that 200. 250. Alright. So then we're also going to be including just enough items, because at that point we might need it, honestly. What is this? Oh. Okay. Now I can actually put in a game version since we're locked into one. Alright, now let me also grab I want to see what Regis, there's a Terraformercraft Cobblemon integration mod. That's crazy. We'll look into that more. I was looking for Terraformercraft add-ons, and that's when I found it. Alright, let me pull this one over here. Yes. And then just enough resources. And just enough effect descriptions. Alright, now 1.20.1. Gotta make sure I'm downloading the Forge versions, because that's the version of Terraformcraft I got. If Terraformcraft even exists for Fabric. I don't think it does. I guess I can check. No, it doesn't. And then 1.20.1. And then 1.20.1. Alright. Pull up that downloads folder. My phone just buzzed. What are you telling me, phone? Oh, the thunderstorms are possible within the next hour. Wonderful. Alright. What? What is Firma civilization? Ooh. Ooh. Regis, better boats. I say better boats. It does remove the vanilla boats, but it adds like canoes, kayaks, rowboats, sloops, cannons. It lets you add chests and workbenches. You can actually tie your boats down with leads and fences. Yeah, I think this works. I'm like you, why not? It's for the version we're going to be playing anyways. move here. And then paste you. Now what is this Firma Plus? What is this? And then what is this? Okay, yeah, let's do these. Yeah, just download the file. My stomach is not happy, is it? I don't know why. Move here. Alright. Oh, yeah, to any counselors tuning in, if you decide you just want to hang out, let me know. Especially while I don't have as much chat going on. Alrighty. Alrighty, so that's probably that done. Oh. There we go. Now, I should probably make sure all the mods work. Have I done a 20.1? I have done 20.1 Forge before. Okay. Then use a specific directory. The directory we're going to use is this one, upload, and tell it to use. Alright. Ah. Helps if you get the requirement mods. Or at least it usually does. Y'all can probably hear that loud, can't you? Let's close that. There. Alright. Let's back up. Alright, so this I know for 100% certain. We're just grabbing with very little think. Because it's a guidebook mod. Safe. And drop that in there. And then Nifty Ships, which is the dependency for that ship mod that we got just a few minutes ago. Huh. Huh. Okay. Okay. Both Twitch and YouTube were being a little weird about my thing. If anyone was watching and missed something, let me know. Alright. Let's copy that. That's the link. Download. Okay, it only exists for that. Good. Move here. Alrighty. So now let's try launching that Minecraft. And we can probably pull... Oh, wrong one. We want that. Let's... delete that. Yeah. I should have Minecraft pulled up in just a few minutes. Ah, no. I don't want the narrator. Okay, and then F11. Is Minecraft not considered full screen when you put it in full screen? There it is, okay. Alright, let's test this out. Let's test. Creative. World. Yep, we want the Terraform Craft generation. I just want to play around with it a little bit, make sure it works. Take a look at what Terraform Craft lets you do, what it doesn't let you do, you know, stuff like that. Okay. Alright, that looks cool. What is this? That's raw diorite. Okay. That's diorite gravel. Okay. So the trees are obviously different. What is that? That's chestnut log. And then oak log. Can I place oak log? Yes, okay. So that just functions as oak log. Nope. You can go on leaves. Okay. I did not expect to be able to go into the leaves. Why did I not expect that? Who knows. Anyways. Compass. You make it with... Okay. Okay, they changed the way you make compasses. How about clocks? Oh, they did. You need brass and gold sheets. Okay. Anything they obviously changed about fighting iron. So it looks like we're not just crafting iron swords or iron or any tools. What? Hold on. Scary Mary. Yes, overlay looks great. That is credit to Sorasaku Nonna. She's linked in the description. Playing around with a Minecraft mod right now, making a mod pack. There's a lot in here. Goodness. Okay. Can I plop down a... It's not as simple as plopping down a boat, is it? Of course it isn't. I probably can just place down a cannon, though. Okay, you need gunpowder. Do they have a different way of getting gunpowder, by the way? Ooh, yeah. Okay. And then paper? Unrefined? Can I do normal paper, or does it have to be unrefined? No, it does have to be unrefined. And then that's probably a cannonball. Yes, a cannonball. And then flint and steel. Out of curiosity, does it require steel here? Yes, it does require a steel ingot. Alright, fire. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. I like that. I like that. Oh goodness, Regis would love this if he was here. There's two types of cannon. Oh, apparently this one just has infinite gunpowder. Slabs, iron nugget. Oh. This is a different type of cannon. Okay. Interesting. So all that got kind of eliminated. Now I thought Terra Firma Craft added more animals. Did it or did it not? What is this? Is this just... Oh, it's twigs. You can use twigs as sticks, okay. Okay, boat. Let's find 50 ships. Okay, so you do need scaffolding in order to... Do you use slabs? Let me pull that back up. Ah, planks. Oak should work, right? No. Yes. I'll figure it out when we get into it. Oh, there we go. Well then, how do you do this? How though? I don't know how. Okay. We'll figure it out later. When it becomes relevant. Okay, so some mods will still need mouse tweaks. Let me pull up my thingamajig over here. Mouse tweaks. Somewhat looking at work. And what else for this stage of the game? Let me bring this back up. Does food tell you how much it heals? Let me go down to the surface, so go to survival. Okay, so that tells you the calendar. Nope. So if I eat this, I can't eat that. If I run around so that I get hungry. I hope that green bar is my hunger. That's my thirst. Oh, what does that affect? Thirst. Oh, it's because the water wasn't properly cleaned. Of course it was. That's hurting my thirst. Hold on. Let me see if water in the forest will do anything different. Because I'm getting too much thirst from that. This is just a random guess, but that water's probably salty. That might be fresher water. It's still, but whatever. Yes, okay. Okay. That's what we wanted. Okay, so that considers it. Oh, that hurt. Maybe healing costs hunger. So, to anyone still watching, how's your day been? Okay, that's fine. What's this mod? This is with Terra Firma Craft. So it changes how health and hunger works. It gives you thirst. Haven't really explored all of its features yet. Probably won't. Let me show you something though. You got diet. And it's also got a calendar built in. You can see your temperature. Also, I was running around earlier and I got thirsty. So I took some water from right here. And it actually hurt my thirst. Because that's salt water. But if I go over into the forest, away from the salt water, then I drink, it helps me. Also, that health I'm regenerating, it's because I took a fall. Yeah, you can't just drink water out of the ocean or right near it. Because otherwise you'll get too thirsty for it. Now, I also want to see, I just got some hunger lost. Let me grab a steak. So, this is what my diet looks like right now. If I eat this steak, nothing happened. I'm not certain why that is how it is. Unless vanilla food just doesn't work anymore. Hold on. There's a chance. Let's take some barley bread. Ah, yep. Okay. That's what it was. Now that I've done that, so it'll give me 5% saturation and some grain. Yeah, see? Okay. So you've got to use TFC food. Oh, and then your diet affects your health. Because I had max 840, but since I took some grain in, I guess it gave me more health, because carbs. Don't ask me how that makes sense. It does. So when we're playing, we gotta balance, good nutrition. Okay, okay. Now, one thing I'm wondering, I haven't seen any Terra Firma Craft creatures yet. Oh, we can make jams. And they expire. Unsealed jams expire, and then sealed ones stay good for so stinking long. Okay. So we would want to make a jam out of the fruit we get because that preserves it. A cooked one of these lasts a month, and then same thing. Where is it? Okay, so cooking things makes them last longer, though probably it's proportional to how expired it was when you cooked it. Oh, also, so if I'm correct, I can go into survival. I think I can craft these two together. Not certain why I would craft them together. Either way, I think this could be very good for a start, right? Trying to survive, and then after, if we don't have our gear in place and whatnot by the time 2 in-game years have passed, we're just not gonna have our gear in place, you know? So then, oh yeah, you also go through leaves with Terraformer Craft. And instead of getting, like, the vanilla oak logs, you get, like, log item looks. I think there's a lot of technology that we'll have to learn and get used to. It is kind of weird, I agree, but that's just rotten flesh on the ground. Rotten flesh actually expires, but it gives you no nutrition, not even saturation. So that's another thing, right? Just because something it normally would fill you up in Minecraft doesn't mean it fills you up in this, because saturation's what you're looking for on that green bar, and this doesn't give it to you at all. It also expires 3 minutes afterwards, and I want to see, what does expired food do? Let's let this expire and see what happens. Oh, here's a bear. Oh, it's under misc. Of course it is. Yeah, okay. So yeah, we can find bears. Interestingly sprouted bears. I wonder if... Oh yeah, you can place rotten flesh on the ground. Why would you, though? Maybe is it bait for carnivores? What do you do if there's rotten flesh right beside you, bear? Let me see what a wolf would do. Wolf. Let's use TFC's wolf spawn egg. Oh! That's certainly something. Sleepy dog. Very sleepy dog. Okay. Is this rotten flesh? I just got a minute before it expires. Oh yeah, Regis, I couldn't figure out how to do the... Oh, it's up. The dog is up. Dog, do you want that rotten flesh on the ground? Why are there piles of rotten flesh? What happens when rotten flesh expires? Find out next time on whatever this is. Okay, you walked over the rotten flesh. You don't want the rotten flesh. Oh yeah, also there's these twigs on the ground. They function as sticks in crafting recipes. So this mod probably stops you from just chopping down trees. Because that's something that most of these... Rotten flesh. This rotten flesh got more rotten. Desperation. How did this rotten flesh get more rotten? What do you even do with rotten flesh? Interesting progression. Yeah, well, I think it's gonna be any mod that tweaks early game progression that's gonna stop you from chopping down trees early. So like, let's see. If we say Surely there's a plate. Misc, probably. So, what do they have for... Do they have like a hatchet or an axe or something? Also, I think they make smithing an actual thing that you have to do, by the way. They do have their own metalworking, with red steel seeming to be maybe the max. But like you make anvils, it looks like. You need welding. You need an anvil to make a lot of things, it looks like. New achievements too, yeah. Let's see. So, what do they do for... Let's go over to tools. Can you still make a wooden... Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. You can't make a wooden axe. Let's see, what do they do for axes? Okay. Okay, so it's going to be under rock stuff. So you make your first axe out of stone. Where's the rock stuff page? There it is. Wooden stuffs. Let's look at wooden stuffs first. What was that noise? I just heard like a creepy crawling noise. Yes, Regis, you can be a real blacksmith. Okay, so rock stuff. Where's the axe? I saw the axe. Okay, so you can make stone axes and hammers. So there's different types of hammers you can make. Oh, it's the type of rock you use. So then you can get knives or shovels. So full tool set, looks like. But then, so the stone axe, how do you make the stone axe? You make a axe head. Oh. Not rock napping. What? What? Okay, let me grab a... I think that's what you would use. Right? Oh. Huh. So you make your first stone tools by cutting out their shape. Though, of course, if you just run out of rock, then you run out of rock. Oh, and you can, like, sometimes make two shapes. So... Okay, but if we want... Stone shovel head... And then... Knife heads... Hammerheads. Okay, okay. See, I like this, though. I like this. I like this. How do you make a javelin head? What does that look like? Okay, so you take out the bottom. Alright. And then find a spot in my inventory where I can place it down. There we go. Then each of them are made with a stick and... Okay, okay. Okay, yeah, I like this. I like this. So basically you take some... So you get some rocks, and then you carve them into the tool head you want. Then you pick up... That's rotten flesh. You pick up some sticks. And then you just make it in your survival inventory. Are there no zombies? I just realized it's night and there's no, like, zombies or skeletons or anything. The game's on normal. Why are there no zombies? Where's the mobs? The only naturally spawning mob I've seen was that bear. What? Pacific Rim. Oh, oh, we found a volcano, guys. Or I think. Yeah, we found a volcano. There's literally volcanoes. I wonder if I can make this thing erupt. How do you make a volcano erupt? Let me see. Hold on. Where's the... No. Okay, that's not what... That wouldn't be what we're looking for. Can you make volcanoes erupt? Let me consult the book. I think you access the book in survival mode, but first let's set the time of day. Okay, book. No. The world. Calendar and climate. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Alright, so let's stop playing around with Terraformcraft because I'll end up learning everything about the mod and then not have anything to do when we actually play the game. So, I'm gonna step away for a moment, but I will be right back, and when I am, we will continue making this mod pack. Alright, I am back. Let's see. So, let's bring Gideon back up here. Oh, what's going on here? Ooh. Alright. Now, let's see about this. So, mouse tweaks definitely needs to go in this mod pack. No, not C mouse. Mouse tweaks. Alright. Copy. Paste. Download the version for 1.20.1 Forge. Save. Paste that. Now, I think the one I usually use is voila. No, it's not on here. Jade. That's the one I've been using recently. Right. Jade. Inspect. Control C, Control V. Download for 1.20.1. Forge. Copy the file name minus the .jar part. Save. Alright, refresh that. Move these over. Alright, now let's do add those rows. There. Alrighty, now I'm trying to consider if something like create should be added. But for now, I'm gonna see what I can do about the villagers. Let's see, what kind of village mods do we have for this? We might include some of the Young's mods in here when we get around to it. Ooh, yeah, we're gonna need guard villagers. That should show up on this search. Yes. Guard villagers. Choice theorems thing should be good. Villager names. Which one do we have? Villager workers. Yeah, that's what we need. We do need that. Do we have any less civilization mods? No, we didn't. Not past those. This could just be funny. Okay, so guard villagers. Yep, let's do so. Now let's see. What? Okay. Oh, hold on. Did not mean to do that. Alright, choice theorem should tell me mod compatibility. Okay, okay. Alright. So guard villagers definitely getting added. Copy that URL. Download for 1.20.1. Thank you, villagers of the guard. Save. Paste. Alright. Then I know Choice Theorem also has some other mods that I might want to take advantage of. Let me pull up. Where's the place where you see who made the mod? There it is. Alrighty. What is the Wares mod? Oh, okay. Let me add this to mods to check out later. It might not apply to this pack, but there's a lot of compat mods. We'll want paragliders, I'm fairly certain of that, if it's for that version. Ooh, yes. Alright, yeah, so choice theorems overhaul the village. No, we want for forge. Okay, save. Then I also need paragliders. Let me see something. Hold on. Close. Maybe I didn't put this on there. Let me pull up. Okay. Dang it. So, I was looking into something. Let me make sure. Yeah. I was looking into something, and it's because I couldn't remember if there was a compatibility that I wanted on 1.20. In the version we were trying to build the mod pack for previously, it didn't exist, But it did exist in some higher version, which might be this one. I got a comments. Cool. Okay, so parkour's mentioned there. Okay, yeah. So, paragliders and parkour should be able to work together. That's what I was trying to figure out. I'll work on those in just a minute. Alright. Well, I'm gonna get paragliders at the very least. That's for certain. Oh, that's a data pack. Okay. Okay. And then paragliders is just a mod, so. A very good mod, though. Hello, Shadow. It is going well. How are you doing? Good, still in Japan. You're in Kyoto right now? Interesting. Interesting. You're going to Osaka today. Ah. It's like 6:30 and you just got up. Ah. Yes, yes. Yeah, well, I'm making a mod pack right now for the council to stream. Um, or make videos on, or whatever we decide to do with it. Ah, that's only for Neoforge. Yeah, it's going well so far. We're including this mod, Terra Firmacraft. Basically, it replaces vanilla progression with a technology tree. So you can't just make wooden or stone tools. You've got to pick up some rocks and a stick, carve out like an axe head, shove it on a stick, and then you can start chopping wood. And several other things kind of in that vein. But the core thing is, after we finish that progression, we get to make a civilization. Move over. villager names. Okay. Alright, and then go to this guy's mods. Let's see what that mod's about. Okay. All right. That's probably good enough for those. Oop, that is not what I meant to do. What on earth? Oh, I was pressing Windows, not Control. Oops. That's why everything was messing up. Alright, download that file. Alright, copy that, post it there, download the 1.20.1 version. Oh, right, yeah, I probably need collective for some of the mods I got, otherwise. Yeah, here. And then cool movement. No. Yeah, movement. I'll rename this to movement. There. Control V. I'm also including a parkour mod. Just for the lulz. Okay, now that we've put in a lot of mods, or we will have after this, we should probably make sure everything works together. Move here. Wait a minute, I didn't put builder names there. Alright, so let's save and quit the title. And let's get Gideon over here. Relaunch. And while we're waiting on it to launch, let's do oh, we need litho stitched. Okay. to unfull screen it. Let's grab Litho Stitched. It was last available on 1.20 on Forge. Save, then move here. Okay. Now let's launch it once more. Oof, oof, oof. I'm gonna make sure I have the recommended version for Forge before I distribute this pack, though. And make sure it works there. Alright, let's do... Le test. The second. World. More. Data packs. Open pack folder. Give me one moment. Copy here. Done. Proceed. Alright, that should be good. Cave game, yes. Alright, Parkour's guide is here. Let me pull up... Oh, I don't have a mod that lets me change configs from in-game yet, do I? Alright, let's make sure all the mods work so far. So, more villagers, yeah. Paraglider is certainly in here. Now there's also another mod I want to make sure is in here. Yes! Parkour's working. These animations which are foreign to Minecraft. Hold on. Right, I forget how you do... Well, I'll figure it out later. Right, it's faster to vault over than... Oh, there's finally a creature from Terra Firma Craft. Out of the way, grass. I want to see the grouse. Did I do a backflip? Or a front flip? I do know I can do the leap. That's all I've rediscovered, really. Oh goodness, that's cool looking world gen. Look at that river. Oh, that's nice. Oh, and then that cave. I could probably get lost in this, in Terra Firma Craft's world gen alone. I wouldn't want to build a base here, but, like, just imagine sailing through here to get to your house. You come out here and here's your house. Oh, that could be good. That could be cool. Oh, and then there's a volcano over here. Oh, wow. Imagine all this with shaders, though. Like, just imagine shaders on this. Okay, that's gonna be in the next batch of mods that I install for this. We're getting complementary shaders in here. Goodness, this world gen is amazing. I love it. I love Terraformcraft's world gen, and this is the second time I've seen it. Okay, yeah. And then just imagine paragliding around this. Like, man. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I like this. I like this. Yes, volcano. We... Now I wonder, does it tell me the difference between... This is salt water. It tells me that it's salt water. Oh, because it's directly connected to the ocean. That makes sense. Imagine building a house at the base of one of these volcanoes, to where you could just see it looming over you. That's crazy. That's just crazy. Now, I want to find a village. Let me pull out fireworks and Elytra. I don't know if they're going to be available in this even. I just want to find a village, because that's a mod I added that changes up villages. But even right now, just flying around, this is cool. Let's go in here, in this forest, see if we find a village in here. And this mountain. This is post caves and cliffs, so there's a lot of room this mod has to make mountains. We are at... what level are we at? Where is it telling me that? I know my... It's stopping me from telling... It's stopping it from telling me where I am with the F3 menu. I think that's the case. Because the F3 menu does look different, I think. Crazy. Ooh. That's a plains to be sure. What is that? Is that like mud? Black sand. Huh. Oh yeah. Just imagine building here. It'd probably be rough because of all the bumpy terrain, but still. Okay, hold on. Let me just do something. I want to make sure that the mod that adds villages works. / locate structure. Let's just do medium village. Just any village. Hold on, is there a chance that I need... something to compatibility with Terraformcraft? TFC COT. There. No. Ooh, let me add that just in case. Alright, let me pull it up just in case. Okay. Looks like what I'm worrying about is true. Um, it doesn't look like the village mod I added is compatible with Terraformer Craft's world type. Unless the mod says it's supposed to be. Let's go to the GitHub page and see if they say anything. Issues. Let's see. No one says anything about terra firma. At least not in open issues. How it closed. No. What is this, though? That's interesting. Okay, so now can I locate just a vanilla village? Like a Plains village. Terraformer Craft removes all villages. What? Either Terraformer Craft removes all villages, or there's just no villages in this world whatsoever. Because the last two searches I did should have revealed a Plains village, like a vanilla Plains village, or the one before it, any village from the Village Overhaul mod. But there's just no villages. Let's make sure that we still get like, strongholds. Does Terraformer Craft remove all vanilla world gen? Hold on. Surely it doesn't, right? Surely TFC doesn't just remove all. Let me see what the field guide, if the field guide says anything. The world. No. What? So what you're telling me is it just kills all the structures. Why? filter it by version, and then tell it I want world gen structures. Oh, Shadow, apparently there's a Helldivers mod. Okay, wonderful. Now, let me see something. How much of Terraforming Craft is playable if you make a world without its features? Without its world gen. Let test without TFC world gen. World. Yeah, let's make it default. More. Let's put the done. Create. Okay, so just vanilla default and let's see. Yeah. So you can do some of the stuff, but let's go into survival, right? I can break that, good, but okay, but Choice Theorem's Villages works. Let me check on something real quick. I think I know a way to do some settling. No. Why do I want to go to that website? Oh, okay. So TFC. I think it also stops you from getting emeralds, probably. Maybe. We'll see. So that's interesting. So now, let's see. I do have a mod that makes the nether work with, this, but, so let's just go ahead and test it. Steel. Alright. Let's go to the nether. Alright. I mean, it looks normal. They changed some names, I think, but, like, it mostly looks normal. Can be used in certain modded things, though. Huh. Weird. Go back. Now, end portal frames. I want to see if end portal frames can be, or if end portal can happen. It can. Nothing weird looking about this. Okay. Now let me actually get, and the thing doesn't even throw out. So no Ender Dragon, no ooh, this water's moving. That's neat. Anyways, so no Ender Dragon, which means very little reason to go to the Nether, frankly. I like that there's currents in those waters that you can see. Anyways, interesting. I guess that kind of keeps everything a little more centralized, too. Now, I want to see. Time set. Night. Midnight. Game will do daylight cycle. False. And then I want to do slash. No, I can't do that. Alright. So, what I'm looking for is mobs. Because I have not seen a single nighttime spawning mob. And while I'm waiting, I'm going to make sure that's not just something in the config. Let me... If I unfull screen it, it'll stop showing on my screen. Let's see. It pauses the game when I end. Let me make it bigger. There. Now y'all can at least see it while I'm doing this. Alright. Okay, no, it's probably under server config. Oh, okay. The biggest thing I care about here is just getting structures spawned and maybe mobs. Hello, Tamerlin7912 on Twitch. I'm from the USA. Oh, okay. They're just not spawning underground or on the surface. So if I go to some cave somewhere. Let me grab. Yep, there they are. Okay, okay. Good to know, good to know. Alright, now let's see if they have anything about structures. Because that was my other concern. I don't care about the animal mechanics. Not right now, at least. Okay, can't find structure anywhere in the file. Okay. Let me check one more time that it's not in. Common. And then if we pull up paraglider comment. Okay, then go into saves, le test, server configs, open the particle server. What? Oh, that's the parkour server. That's why I didn't have what I expected it to have. we are looking for the parkour config, but it might be here. Paraglider. Okay. Now, if that works, maybe I need to save and quit and reboot the game. Let's see. No? All right. Yeah. Alright, now when I'm sprinting and doing parkour, I'm using paraglider stamina. Even in creative. What is that? Is that marble? Why does it go down like that? I'm glad I remembered I could press C to crawl, but I'm probably getting myself only in trouble this way. Ooh, okay, yeah, that actually really works. I wonder if you can make a beacon with Terraformer Craft. Yeah, you can still make a beacon. Can you spawn the wither, though? Yes. Alright. So I think I've got something about the playthrough that I want to get done right, or down. Where we're gonna, since villages don't spawn in this world generation type, we're gonna limit us getting villagers by using the quest mod that lets us buy villagers for some cost, but only after we got the end advancement. There's no stronghold, so we can't get the end advancement without commands. So basically, after 2 years in-game, we all get the end advancement, and that lets us buy villagers. And we might have other things that we can buy with that shop. Like, I don't know if emeralds can be spawned here, but we could buy emeralds and convert them between a certain type of coin. Yeah, okay. I think that's what we're gonna do. So let's add a couple more rows to this. Insert rows below. There we go. Alright, so FTP quests Alright, let's just pull up the mods and see what we get to. Let me actually look at this mod first. Interesting. This is definitely going in my list of mods to look into later. Yeah. Alright. But then while we're there, FTB. Oh, no, never mind. Yes, FTB quests, Forge. Relations, it depends on, a lot. Alright. So, architecture, API, FTB library, FTB teams, FTB xmod compat. Now, also, I think FTB chunks. Yeah. No, we don't need FTB chunks. Let's grab quests. I'm grabbing all the URLs real quick. And then chunks. There, okay. Yes, that one. So that was architecture, chunks, library, quests, and then teams. Alright, and then I also need iris. No, iris is for fabric, right? Let's do this. That's Yes, Oculus is what we're looking for, unless it just doesn't go that far. Yes, it does. Okay, good. And then I think... Okay, so I know Oculus. Oculus. And then Embedium, which is the one... It's the one that depends on... Rubidium. I still don't know which one between Oculus and Rubidium do shaders. I just know that some variation of both of them are required. Sorry, y'all can probably hear that every time my headphone cord scrapes across the microphone. Okay. And then I do new folder, shader packs. Then go here. If I go here, shaders. Alright, now let's save and quit to title. Let's relaunch the game with shaders and FTV quests and all that good mess. I'm probably close to finishing up this stream though, so if you're here and just lingering, feel free to chat while I'm still here. And then F11 to pull it up here. OBS, would you like to show the Minecraft? Thank you. It's a little slow on that sometimes. It killed the world. What? That world still exists. What are you talking about? What? The file that the world is in still exists. Why was it not showing? So weird. So weird. Okay. Let's see what happens this time. Okay. And we're not showing up on OBS again. There we go. Alright. So... Okay, it helps if you put the mods in the mods folder and not the config folder. So dumb. Why did I do that? Now I gotta find all the mods that I put in. Okay, that it was just those. Okay. Control X. Yeah, it helps you if you put them in the actual folder that they need to be in. That was so much of a brain fart on my end. Alright, now let's full screen the game. OBS, would you like to pick up Minecraft? Shadow drinking noises intensify. Yeah, sorry, I'm only human, I get thirsty too. Sometimes you just need a drink of water. There we go. Alright. Wait, what is that goat? Or elk? Deer. Oh, okay. Alright, now, okay, we do have the quests. Ooh, but that also means video settings. So Oculus is what gives you the shaders, okay. Apply. Let's see these shaders. Let's see these shaders on this world. What do we get, people? What do we get? Oh, wow. Goodness. You're gonna have to head out soon. You're about to head to church. Understood. I'm heading out in about 20 minutes myself. Less than that, actually. But goodness, doesn't this look better with shaders? The water's a little interesting, but we would have to configure the shaders to not touch water because it looks right where it's standing still, but not where it isn't. But even still, just look at this. Man. Alright. Now, quests. Add a chapter. The Ages. Alright, anyways, we put advancement. Title. Accept. Oh, no, it's not the end, it's the end? True. No, false. Okay. Do I have the end? Oh, right, yeah. Okay, but let's see. Advancement revoke the everything. Okay. Now reset progress. Yes. Okay. We fought so hard, but we got so far, but the end, it doesn't even matter. Yes. Alright. So, from here, there are some other things we want done, but everything's gonna be centralized around entering the age of civilization. So, first off, we're gonna need a coins mod. Because we can make coins. No, we don't need a coins mod. Let's see. Terraform Craft adds steel, right? Just generic steel. Yes, there is such a thing as just pure steel. Alright. So, item, steel, just a steel ingot for villager. Accept. Item. Purchase villager. Okay, so then edit dependencies, add entering the age of civilization. let's delete the one that makes it bold. Okay, item, steel. Two. Four. I want to just go ahead and get the full amounts of steel put on here. $16, $32. Oh, steel. 4, 32. Accept. Item. Steel. 64. No. Once you get to the 32, it'll be an infinite thing. But I mean, you gotta spend 32 steel on each one. Edit. Dependencies. Purchase villager. Accept. Edit. Dependencies. Times 2. Accept. Edit. Dependencies. Wait, hold on. Did I make the... Okay, yeah. Edit. Dependencies. The times for quest. Accept. The times 8 quest. Accept. The times 16 quest. Accept. Alright. Then this is going to be a repeatable quest. Accept. Now the default consume items. I gotta go ahead want to consume the item. There. Alrighty. So now that's a thing. Hold on, let me move it like this. Okay. Alright, I think that's going to be where I wrap up for now. I'm going to make some notes for myself for continuing later, but that will be where the stream ends. I hope you guys enjoyed that stream, and I will see you next time. Farewell.